All right. We're going to talk about the launch. Now, I know that the page is up, my online training with Mars. For everybody who doesn't know what's going on, I have Cliff and Larry. They've joined me in working on the whole Mars online program and the Marshall Classics and everything that we've got going. Uh, so, what I'm doing is with Larry, his technical skills of like putting stuff together is really, really awesome. Cliff's skills on just managing and marketing, I thought he'd be a great, great person to have. And the three of us, we're going to tackle this really hard. We're going to try to fill the gaps. You guys want to start to join in? Anything I'm missing or any points you want me to bring up?
Yeah, I mean, Ron gets really busy on a lot of projects, and it's good if he has some people helping get this off the ground. So content has been a little stale for a while, and so with us kind of helping Ron, we can kind of see the gaps because I know some members are saying, "Hey, I don't have this, I don't have that." So we've been working on the last 2 months getting all that together, Larry, myself, and Ron. So it's going to be a lot more new content. And we're also looking on adding some new things that weren't there before. Like, what do you think about having like 2 private lessons a month from Ron that's recorded? I mean, the value of something like that, that's like $300 right there. So not counting the whole site with all the material that's going to be on there, you got like $3,600 value just worth of private lessons. So I think that's an exciting thing that's going to be added come May 1st.
So to clarify, they'll have the online access. I'm going to come on and I'm going to give a couple lessons a month, and people are welcome to join it. We'll record it up, and then being part of a member, you'll have access to that info. Correct?
Yep.
So, yeah, we're going to have that. We're going to start to detail. I've been filming this month. You're not seeing it yet, but we're trying to fill all the gaps. So everywhere that there's a material saying coming soon, we're trying to make that all shored up. We're going to have a new program on how we're going to a tier system of all of the levels. Correct? Just join in. Please help me out because I just want to make sure that it's spelled out clear for everyone so everybody knows exactly.
So you're going to have seasoned martial artists. I mean, guys who are part of the group, and there's going to be material from them. But right now, online training is hot, and I think COVID actually kind of created a lot of opportunities. I moved from Seattle area 2 years ago. I sold my school, moved down here. I just basically lost all access to teaching because my students are up there. A lot of my black belts wanted to continue training. Well, Zoom exploded. So it gave me the opportunity to do some training with them now. And for instance, my sister-in-law, who was, Amazon, she was a manager in loss prevention. Then she went to Nike. She just took a job right now with Peloton because they're like exploding, right? I mean, so 60% growth. It just shows you that all the online training is becoming really hot right now. And we're kind of jumping on the bandwagon. And our goal is to be the top online training facility basically in the world. I mean, you're going to have access to all these different styles of martial arts. Plus, even if you're a practitioner in Taekwondo, we're going to find some of the top people in the industry, and you're going to have access to those kind of people too to get some amazing training.
Yeah, I've had a lot of people. They've asked me, I'd love to train with you. If I was in California, I'd train with you. Well, right now, I'm doing privates with Switzerland. I've got the Ukraine. I've got Italy. I've got France, England. And they're training with me every week now and private. So it kind of like opens up the world to, hey, you want to work out with me? This whole Zoom thing, it's the norm because you're stuck everywhere. I mean, unless you want to really be unsafe and go roll around with people during this whole time of COVID, you could do that, but what are you going to find? With me, in fact, now I've got a year in on Zoom training people. I'm starting to become more and more comfortable with it and how to get my point across. Or, I mean, Cliff, this. Nothing takes the place of hand on hand. But if you can't have it, it doesn't mean everything should stop. And I really think that even with the vaccine coming, this is a norm now. And I mean, I would love it if people had more partners and they could roll with them and do different things with them. And we'll get to that. And it doesn't mean that that has to end. I think that we've just developed, in a way, not a new industry, but a new way of training because of COVID.
Well, and I think what's cool, and this is what's happening with my group right now. In fact, last night they said people texted me and said, "Sifu, man, it was like being at the academy with you, right? I mean, because you get better at teaching, the interaction. I get better at making sure that I show them all angles and teaching. At first it was a little clumsy and awkward, but it's going to be that way. And what's going to happen, I think, is people join our online training like this. They can find other partners, and that's what I'm telling my students. Hey, find a partner. You guys train together, and so they're watching me with their partner, so they get to train. So I think over time, this is, like I say, we're still probably going to be dealing with variants of COVID for a while and that, but you're going to have a family member or something that you can train with, and that's what's happening. So
even if you don't have my dilemma with a lot of people, they're like, I want to train, but I don't have a partner. So I've developed a lot of material for them to get through if they are alone, or I've just developed a lot of how to train actually interactive with you per this. And you would think, but it's worked. It's really worked. And a lot of people have gotten through a lot of my system through the internet, through just video. I'm pointing that way because that's where I go teach at. But I mean, I have a couple students that I've never been in the same room with now, who I've been with for a year. We actually know each other, just like you and I are conversing. But I've been with them every week now for a year, and they've got a lot of my system down. And
well, like your stick dummy too. I mean, that's a great way to train and you don't have a partner.
Well, yeah, that thing's been really, really good for me.
Yeah.
If you guys don't,
because I have a partner, but I'm going to get one anyway because I use poor Deb, my wife, but I drag her in. But she probably liked it if I use the dummy instead. So
yeah, I'll send you one. But, Larry, you got anything?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, man, I mean, you and I've gone way back with this stuff, and when I first started, we were, I was chasing you around seminar to seminar, right? And then flying out to your house to train. And I always tell the story of how I would carry this big camera, right, and a tripod and everything, and set it all up just for us to record our training sessions, so I could go back here and train it again. And sometimes I might get my hand in the wrong place or this and that. Eventually, the camera got upgraded to a little thing called a flip camera, right? It was bigger than a phone, but smaller than a camera. And I'd bring that out, but I'd call Guru Ron, or I'd email him. We didn't have text back then, right? So I'd do one of the two, and I'd be like, hey, when I do this, do I put my left hand here and I put my right hand here? And he's like, I don't understand what you're talking about. And then finally, when we got the flip, I could shoot a video of me doing it, send it to you, and then you could kind of do it. So we were having to go through all these little time gapped hurdles now back then that were just taking forever to get us to the point. And the neat thing now is that I don't want to use the Rogaine commercials because don't say anything to anybody about it, right? But I'm not just the president, but I'm also a client, right? So when COVID and the lockdown and everything else hit, I reached out to Ron right away, and I was like, "Are you doing any Zoom private lessons?" And he said, "Yeah. When do you want one?" And the next thing you know, I'm training once a week, like we've never missed a beat, and that's just awesome, guys. I mean, having this kind of format is just at the top of the cake here. So I think that if people aren't already taking advantage of like an online training format, they should be, period. I think if they're not taking advantage of some amazing martial artists like yourself in this kind of medium, then they should be. Because we can get hands-on training at our schools and stuff like that if you're comfortable and safe with those people. But now we have the vast knowledge of the entire internet. We can reach everybody anywhere and then get this knowledge base, which is good. So I think not only having the digital base of the curriculum organized, like we've been working on together, all three of us, and trying to kind of relay and make all those things happen for everybody else that's, been following Mars, but also for those new people like Cliff and I are very excited to bring into the organization that maybe have never touched martial arts before, right? And they want to learn a bit of self-defense or a bit of fitness or things like that. We're going to be able to help those people as well as all the other Mars people in the past. And my favorite personally, since I did get to do some of these private lessons that Guru Ron's talking about, is the fact that everybody not only is going to be online, like with the curriculum training and building their way up to instructorship, but they're also going to be literally on the cutting edge of whatever Guru Ron's working on at that time. And that's just sick, guys. If you remember the seminar day, I want to say back in the day, a year ago, when we were all on seminar, wait, right? And we're following. He's always like, hey, I haven't showed you this. Let me see this. And guys, I've been with him over 20 years. And I'm like, wait, where are we going now? What are we doing? Right. And so he's always on the cutting edge of it. And now we actually get to capitalize on that with those 2 private lessons like Cliff was talking about.
Well, Larry, just mention the fact that you just had an online camp. I mean, wouldn't even think about this a couple of years ago. Like, how do you do that now with, all the work that's been done Zoom? I mean, do an online camp. So people who maybe can't travel or they can't afford to go that far, that now they can have some training, that's live, and also be able to purchase after the fact. They can get recordings of that.
Yeah. What Seafood Cliff is talking about is Larry had his Mars Southwest camp, which was really not Southwest, it was worldwide, because we had Europe on, we had a lot of different countries going. But the cool thing about it is normally before you would do a camp, there wouldn't be recording. I wouldn't allow it. Now we are putting it on because I figure everybody's stuck in the house. So now when after you do the camp, and if you come to our camps, it's going to be put on the Mars Online Training. You get to go back and review that and look at it again, which is a good thing. One thing though, I did want to touch on that Larry was talking about, like for new people versus people who've been with us for a long time. And really, I was ignorant to this, but Seafood Cliff brought this up. Is we need to cater to everybody, and I did. I mean, I've got such a bad habit of diving in head first, going, look at this, look at that, look at that, and we go here. And it's like, so now I touched on it earlier, there's going to be a tier system to where if you're just starting out, all that material will be there and we'll spell it out really well for you. After you've been in it a while, then we're going to, put you in that other tier and you'll be able to go into it. And then I think you'll be able to get where we're going at a more complex level.
Yeah. And you think about it, hold on. Stop that. When you think about it, I mean, look at all the online training that's happening now with, kickboxing, working on bags. I developed the Lean and Fit years ago, and it was something that kind of catered to martial arts schools on helping people lose weight, get in shape. I mean, I'm going to film a lot of videos for new people who come in. It might be a lady that works at home or she's with her kids all day. That's what's going to catch them. And we're hoping that once they learn maybe some kickboxing, they go, hey, I want to check out some of this other stuff here. So we're really looking at seasoned martial artists, and we're looking at people who've never trained before, because there's a whole market that's being grabbed by really non-martial artist teaching. It's a lot of aerobic instructors, and they'll be able to come in here and actually learn real Muay Thai, real kickboxing or boxing techniques that we can provide for them, and then get them hopefully start to train martial arts with us.
Right. And we will have live events. If you want, you can come on live, you will be able to interact and ask questions. Or if you can't make that date, it's all going to be posted online where you can go back and review it and look at it. Another area I wanted to go to is we're going to do martial classics. So now I've been talking to certain instructors who are out there, and I'm going to talk to everybody. I don't care what style. We're going to go. And if I feel they're knowledgeable, credible instructors, we're going to put their videos, and I'm going to make a monetary arrangement with them to where they'll be able to have their material on to where you could go watch it. So if you wanted to watch the Cliff Lenderman channel or the Larry St Clair channel, you'll be able to go on and click it and you'll go down the list. Oh, this is what he's teaching here. And you can get your system or their system. So that's another thing I want people to be aware of, because like I said, we've talked to a lot of people and they already have a lot of material that's up and ready for us. So we're truly trying to be martial art research systems to where you can look at this system, that system, not just the stuff that we do as a core. I mean, obviously that is our stuff. I like it and I want to push that, but I don't want to negate other material that's out there. So we'll have all that to go for. And that's going to be coming. So let's talk about times when we're going to be getting this stuff out there for everybody. So I'm not going to paint us into a corner on an exact day, but we're talking May, which is coming quick, right?
May 1st, we're hoping that we'll get the big launch date.
Well, not to paint us into a corner, if it's not May 1st, it's going to be
hoping, but we're hoping that's it.
It's going to be May is where we're going, right, Larry?
Yeah, the way I always look at it is you're going to see some significant changes in if you're already a member and what you've already seen before, you're going to see significant differences going in May 1st, which is great. I mean, it's online. So the there is no end. It's to infinity, right? You know what I mean? So that's the beauty of it. So we're going to keep making those updates and keep making those changes. And one of the things that we've created actually is like a little forum group. You can actually go up on Facebook and search for it, but it's Mars Action Group Forum. And if you search for that, you're more than welcome to join us and get in there, right? Which is great. We're able to talk about questions and just get ideas from you guys and kind of put some stuff together. I know I've had a lot of people reaching out to me now that they know we're working together, and they want to see maybe more staff or more spear, or different things. So that would be great. We want that input from you guys. So please go to the forum, join the forum, right? And then start talking to us and start talking to each other, and let's see if we can make this thing bigger than big.
You know, the other thing that I'd like to bring up is, and I'm going to pull this up right now. I'm literally talking to you, but I'm on my phone, but I'm on it for a reason. I want to show you. Even if you're not ready to like start paying for programs and stuff, I'd like to keep you guys abreast of it. So if you go to our Mars page, hang on, sorry, I'm just going in here now. And then if you go to, I believe it's services, where's my Mars Online Training? Mars Online Training. And I know I'm going through all that. This is the online app. So, or the mobile app. So if you go, you can go to Mars Online Training. You could subscribe for free. You don't have to pay a penny. And we'll just keep you abreast on everything that's going to be coming and when it comes out. And if you're already a member, it'll keep you up to date. Hey, there's new material, whatever you need, it will be out there. So joining is pretty easy. If you look at it, it'll say newsletter, stuff like that. But Mars Online Training, you can go to, the URL is marsactiongroup.com. And then you can go to /services/online training or online training. And once you're in there, just please subscribe. It's free, and we'll be keeping you up to date. And there'll be free content that we're going to be giving away. Maybe Cliff could go into that a little bit. Obviously we can't give the house away, but we want to keep people interested and bring more people to it. And there's just some stuff, and I think certain events that we would like to just share and get out there. So with that, you're going to have that.
And we'll put all the information will be in the comment section after here. So if you didn't catch that, we'll add that down.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
be good.
All
so
right.
let's talk a little bit about our goal that we're kind of going for a podcast that we want to start putting together. Talk a little bit about that.
Good point. All right. So now we're going to start a podcast, and it's going to be probably weekly, right? We're working out dates and times like that. And it'll be with the three of us and other guests that we bring in. And it'll just kind of keep you up to date on what we're doing and just a bunch of topics. So I know everybody's got a podcast now, and so do we. But we're going to really, really push to make ours a lot different and really interesting. So I've already, again, spoken to a lot of people who would love to come on with us, and we want to make it like a talk show format. My wife kind of got me into that. I was doing these online training things with people, and it was kind of cool. But I found once, before Randy was helping me, and Diana and I, and the mix of us talking to that person that was on, it was kind of a cool vibe. I was joking, saying it's like The View, and it was this interactive thing. And I figured, yeah, let's just keep this going. I think this would work really well. I think it'd be fun. And hopefully, we get to know, the artist or the guest that we're having in a different way, because, like I've seen so many of these podcasts. So when did you start learning? And what did you think of this? And what did you think? I kind of want to go a little bit further. I want to ask a little bit different questions and try to make it a bit more interactive and more interesting. And then hopefully we get to the point where we could have like you guys from the outside throw in questions as we're going live, and we'll hit them with that too. So am I leaving anything?
I'm excited about that format. I think it's going to be amazing.
Yeah. Did I leave anything out?
I think we were going to mention about the GoFundMe.
Oh yeah. All right. So let's go there. For our whole circle of training teachers and students, one of our own got hurt this weekend. Professor Salem Esley, or Seal, however you want to say it. He was in a motorcycle accident, and there is a GoFundMe. I think we're going to post that link. If you guys could give something, I don't care what it is, he's in a bit of trouble, and it would really help. So he's suffered some pretty horrific injuries, and they're doing multiple operations. He was in ICU, and I'm hoping he's out of that by now. But for whoever could help, I mean, it to me, I look at it as one big family, and somebody's in trouble, we kick in a little bit, and it really appreciate it, whatever you could do. So anything else to add to that?
The Caribbean camp.
The Caribbean camp.
The Caribbean camp, yes. So like Guru Ron said, we did just wrap up the Southwest camp for this year. There's one more camp that's on the itinerary, and that's going to be our second Mars Caribbean camp, which is awesome. I think we have, what did I say on that one, guys? I'm going to pull that back up real quick. 2021, we have 15 spaces left. So we cap our camps, both the Southwest and the Caribbean camp, at 36. So there are 15 training spaces left already for that camp, which is cool. I'll post a link with some more information that you guys can go. But the great thing about the Caribbean camp is it's 3 days of training. It's 5 hours each day. We usually start about 9 o'clock, and then we move over, and about 1 o'clock we wrap it up. The bus comes and picks us up. It grabs our family members, significant other, whoever else is coming with us, picks them up, and then we all go to the beach. We all go to the rainforest. We experience the ruins. We experience Sweat Lodge. We experience, big buffets of wonderful food on the beach. You know what I mean? We go snorkeling. We go out on the boats. So there's a bunch of excursions that we have already planned that are actually included in the camp fee, which is cool. So when you pay, you're getting your training, you're getting 3 lunches, you're getting transportation to the excursions, you're getting the excursions, and you're getting the camp dinner, the t-shirt, and the camp certificate all included. So yeah, it's a steal of a deal. Since we did just wrap up our Southwest camp, typically what we do is we offer like a package. So if you're interested in coming to Austin, Texas for the Southwest camp next March, there's a package for that one as well. So far, I think on that one, we have, I can tell you now, 2021, 2022, there she is. And we have 17 people already reserved for the Southwest camp coming out of this year's camp. So out of 36, we've already sold 17. So keep that in mind. I'll post another link because we're actually doing a program where you can actually get both. You can tie both camps together, which is really cool. Save some money. You put a little bit down, you have a little monthly payment, and that makes it a lot easier too. I think the biggest feature of the Southwest camp is obviously training Guru Ron, Nikolai Sonyak, several other instructors, but we bill it at 18 hours of training, and it's actually about 21 plus. After we get done with regular training and some testing and everything else, it's pretty massive. So, but stay tuned for more information on that as well.
And the camp is the dates of it.
So the November camp for the Caribbean is November 5th, 6th, and 7th. And then if my memory suits me right, the Southwest camp is set up for the 4th, 5th, and 6th of next March.
22, right?
Yeah, that's it. So going to be good
All
stuff.
right. All right, guys, I think we hit it. Did I leave anything out? We covered a lot.
That's pretty good. Yeah, that's what I wrote down.
Okay. All right. So let's
we'll figure out our technical issues on going from Zoom and posting on Facebook Live. I don't know what happened, but we'll have that solved.
The online's much tighter. We've never attempted this one, so this was a first, and yeah, we'll cure that problem for anything in the future. But yeah, so just sit tight, and we're hoping to take you on a wild ride with all this. And that's it. So I'm going to sign off with that. Thank you, guys. And we'll see. If you have any questions, just throw like this is going to be on Facebook. Just throw me a post back or a reply back, and one of the 3 of us will get back to you on it. Okay. All right. Thank you, everybody. Bye.